So, what was the business you started? So, you teach people, from what I understand, you teach people that want to go like the digital route,
Yeah,
how to
so
like leave their 9 to 5
so there's two things
essentially.
I do. So I actually do actually rank like I do have business owners that basically I do their marketing for them.
Mhm.
I help them get customers, and then we have some type of profit split. So I
Okay.
have a bunch of clients on that side, and then obviously I was so good at that. And the cool part with that business, it's all like passive income.
Mhm.
So like it's really nice because it's a lot of work up front. It usually takes about 6 months to get any money turning from a business owner. But once a site's ranked on Google, especially for like let's say towing in Foster City, California, like these small cities, they kind of stay ranked
Mhm.
because think about it. You just have to be a better website builder and a better person at marketing than the 5 blue collar tow truck companies in Foster City.
Right.
So the competition's so low.
Mhm.
Um,
And it doesn't ever go away.
Never goes away. And
Yeah.
like even right now, if you were to chat GBT, the clients I work for, I show up on chat GBT as the number one result.
No way.
Yeah. So, what people don't know about AI is that AI just uses search. Like
Mhm.
ChatGPT uses Bing search to find all their answers.
Oh,
And
interesting.
then just takes the search data and tries to like make it into human text.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And so what are the tools you suggest people use to go digital? Like if you wanna, I mean, you met my guitar teacher the other day,
Right.
like he wants to go digital or
Right.
someone like him, right?
I mean, I think it all depends. If you have a business already, I think you're crazy for not running any type of digital ads. If you're the business owner, so if you're like
Mhm.
the guitar teacher as a music studio or something,
Mm.
you're crazy for not running a Google ad, a Facebook ad, a Snapchat ad, some type of ad. That's always
Mhm.
the easiest thing to do. I think building a brand only makes sense if you're trying to go big. If you're trying to get to 7 figures or 8 figures, then
Mhm.
you have to go make YouTube videos and build something.
Mhm.
But if you're just trying to go from like you're making 5 grand a month to like 15 grand a month in your business, ads.
Mhm.
And you should invest in some type of organic, like you should be the number one result in your area. That's crazy to me that you would, that's not, yeah, not
How
a big,
long does it take someone to go from knowing nothing about ads to like being able to successfully run them? Because I'd imagine a lot of people waste a ton of money every year on it.
well, ads are really simple if you're trying to, if you have a tiny business,
Mhm.
because if you spend $500 a month on ads, the hard part with ads is scaling ads. And
Okay.
that's where you need like a PhD in this stuff.
Mhm.
So I don't like ads. I've always been the free Google person, like rank on Google. I'm also cheap. I like profit.
Okay.
Like, I feel like everyone's so obsessed with revenue, and I'm like, I really couldn't care less if you
Mhm.
make 100 million in revenue. I know so many entrepreneurs who do 100 million in revenue, but they're like losing money every year, and they have to get like venture capital and investors.
Mhm.
I love the fact that I own 100% of my stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and I like few people. The way I work is I'd rather work with like one or two and really high level people than have like 100 employees.
Right. Yeah, I had a ton of employees at
Yeah,
one point, and it's my life is so much better, like, with just a few.
exactly.
It's so like, God, you know, when they talk about, like, women not being able to be CEOs and stuff, it's like people think that managing people is so stressful.
It's
There's
insane.
a ton of men that don't even like managing people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I
That's what
managed,
made
yeah.
that's what made my dad so successful because he's really good at it. Like, he's a very good facilitator, but it's like a rare trait. And, like,
Yeah.
my dad even says, like, out of all my siblings, there's maybe 1 and there's 10 of us that could manage a big company, you know? And it's just like the ability to manage a lot of people is just a specific, like, skill set.
Yeah.
And you could tell me if you think differently. I think you either have it or you don't, or maybe you kind of have it and you have to learn it. But I think it's tough to take someone from like here to here. You
Yeah,
know?
well, I did like working with that business partner when I was young. I had 63 people, and
Mhm.
I was good at it,
Mhm.
to be honest. The problem was I was good at it at the sacrifice of my own life.
Yeah.
So that's why I was good at it, because I was willing to have no life.
Mhm.
That's why I feel like what I'm really good at, and this is what I'm proud of. Like now I have a coaching program, which I know is cliche. There's like a lot of stigma of creating coaching programs, but I feel like I have real track record now. So
Mhm.
I've only done the coaching program for like 2.5 years.
Okay.
So I do feel like, I made millions of dollars prior to like teaching people stuff.
Mhm.
So I feel like it's very different than like there's a lot of kids who'll just go rent a Lambo and like an Airbnb and say like I'll teach you how to get rich. It's like, well, you haven't done anything yet, you know?
Or they did it like they got rich off of what they're selling.
Right, exactly.
So it's like how
Yeah. Right.
It's like they're selling how to make money courses
Right,
and they
but they
made
made
money.
$0 prior.
Yeah,
And now they make millions from it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you made the money off of the make money
Exactly.
courses.
So to me, like I feel, and the cool thing with me is like my price is right direct. It's like and I even say on my page like everything that can go wrong with the business. So my thing is it's like very non-hype. All my videos are like on a white background. Like
Yeah.
no one even knows. I don't even think I say like in this interview I'll talk about my past, but like I don't even talk about like how much money I personally made,
Mhm.
in business. So my thing is like I feel like if you're trying to overhype someone, then you don't have a good product.
I really hate when people guarantee results because it's
Right. I
just not
don't.
practical. Like,
No.
even me, when I sign like YouTube clients, I'm like, look, I'm not a miracle worker. If you're
Right.
not entertaining and people don't like you, I can give you the tools that if you will be good,
Right.
I mean, I'm giving you everything you need, but
Right.
I'm not going to guarantee anything
Right.
because if you're
Right.
not entertaining, I'm not a miracle worker.
And that's the
You
way
know?
I'd put it. Like, so for me, I'm really good at if someone already has the drive and motivation, and let's say they were gonna figure this out, like what I do, like they were gonna try to figure it out on their own and get to like 2 grand a month.
Mhm.
I know with me and my coaching, I can get you to 20.
Mhm.
But if you're someone who's gonna make zero anyway, because you have no work ethic, you don't know how to problem solve a little bit, you're like always living like a victim.
Mhm.
There's nothing I can do. And also life's long. Like for me, I feel like there's times where even stuff I get into now, the first year I kind of slap. It's like working out, right?
Mhm.
There's years where I really get into it. There's years not. So I think people have to play the long game. I always find it strange that with college, people are totally okay going 200 grand in debt and they have no expectations when they get out or very low
Oh, that's a
expectations,
really interesting way to
right?
put it. Yeah.
But then spend a few $1,000s with someone who has a track record, and then they go like 3 months in, "I'm not a millionaire."
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like you told me you have a gender studies degree and went 200 grand in debt.
The
Yeah.
worst clients are the ones that will run if anything like goes wrong immediately.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. We had an issue where with someone when we moved because we were moving countries and like we had two clients, right? And one we had issues with when we kind of I'm just gonna be honest, we were slacking that month because we had to
Of
move.
course.
I moved countries, right?
Right.
And one of them was like, hey, these are problems. We're here to work with you. And so, like, I'm just letting you know these are problems so you can fix them. And the one like ripped me off for a month. Like yeah. And the guys that walked away, they're like at the same number of they've like lost so their presence, I would say.
Right.
And the one that stayed got 100,000 subscribers in 6 months.
Right,
But
exactly.
it's like
Yeah.
dealing with clients with no patience when anything goes, and it's not like you're attempting to, but things happen. It's like
Right.
life. And so it's like the ones that assume your bad faith. Does that make sense? Like they're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
waiting for a reason to get mad at you. You're like, just keep the money.
Right, but
Like that's
this
what
is-
I told them.
right.
Like they ripped me off for a month, and I'm like, just keep the money. I'll just good luck.
But that's why I think most people should not be managers. Cause like what made me a good manager was knowing that people like the full life cycle of a person. Like if someone was really good to me,
Mhm.
but they had 2 bad months in sales, let's say if they're one of my salespeople back then,
Yeah.
like if it was any other sales organization, they would have got fired. But I
Mhm.
was smart enough to be like, actually, how about you take the next month really off? And I'm gonna pay you money out of my own pocket so you can
Mhm.
take a real vacation
Mhm.
and come back. So I was very smart at like not looking at someone so transactionally and looking
Mm.
at the full life cycle of a person. And I find the same way when people join with what I do, the ones that look at it of like, hey, I want to get here in 3 years, those
Mhm.
people always make it. And I have so many. I mean, I have hundreds upon hundreds of people who
Mhm.
get to like 10 grand a month of like passive income through SEO or whatever. But those people had a long-term view.
Mhm.
It's the people who are like, I need to get to this place in 3 months.
That's what my dad would always teach me. As a woman, we have a hard time with this. But whenever I get frustrated about something, he's like, focus on the solution. Focus on like, what is the problem? What is the solution? But it's like when you focus too long on like, this is a problem. Especially as a manager, you can't, otherwise nothing gets fixed and you just get mad at the employee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like now I have a way thinner, like with my company, I have just a few smart people and I just talk to them and, so I think the biggest,
Nothing will waste more money than a bad employee. Oh
I
my
know.
God.
So I just have really smart people
Yeah,
around me and I
yeah.
pay them like superstars.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
my thing now is I'm all about take the few
Mhm.
and the biggest thing for me, and so the biggest thing I think I could teach people is like the lifestyle. Like I wake up when I want, I can travel when I want. Like when you ask me to come out here, that's the stuff I feel that, look, there's a lot of people make a lot of money in the world. Like I think the one thing I have over them is the fact that like I can I could kind of do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's a other animal. Like to me, freedom has always been my thing.
Mhm.
I would rather make, like I'd rather let's just pick hypothetical numbers. Like I'd rather make like 500 grand a year, but have like the freedom to kind of do what I want than
Mhm.
make like 10 million a year, but like I, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, grind all the time
Oh god, 5 AM.
or whatever it is, right? Like to me, I'm very much more of a like I want to be able to travel. Like when it was really cool with my parents. Like my dad in India, when you turn 60, is like a big religious thing. The fact that, and I'm not even that religious, but the fact that I just went and decided impromptu to spend 6 weeks with them, like
Mhm.
that's cool. Like I'm like, there's no world where if I worked for someone, I could do that.
Yeah.
Like just be like, I'm just gonna go dip for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and just take my laptop with me. So I think that's the coolest part about a digital business if built right is
Mhm.
that I could kind of run my whole business through my phone, through a laptop, but the number of hours I worked today, it was a lot of work to get here. I don't want to deny that, but
Mhm.
you can, if you build a digital business right, you can get to a point where it's very easy to run.
And the whole world's going digital.
Yeah.
Like this is the future.
Yeah.
People try to fight it, but it just is what it is.
In fact, this is like a little fun anecdote. So like I've always built remote. So I've never, even when I worked with the other business partner, we've always worked either at his house or just, I've always worked at home.
Yeah.
So much so that when COVID happened, Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street guy, he hit me up because he like saw me at a conference
Mhm.
and he was asking me advice of how to run a remote sales team because he
Mhm.
was like, I've always done it with like people in a building. And
Mhm.
he's like, I can't believe you built a company to like 30 million a year
Mm.
and you never seen half these people ever, So I feel like now it's cool, like, but I sometimes it annoys me because I'm like, I did this before it was cool. Like work from
Yeah.
home, I did that way before it was cool. I did it when it was kind of lame. You were kind of like a loser if you worked
Yeah.
at home. Like now everyone does.
That's how I feel about all these influencers quitting their jobs to be TikTokers or YouTubers.
Exactly.
I'm like, I did it first and I wouldn't recommend it. Most of you are gonna fail.
Exactly.
None of you have the work ethic. Because the thing is, I feel like digital businesses, it's not like manual labor, but it's very competitive. Would you agree with that? Like it's
Well, yeah,
yeah.
which is why it's interesting. The space I'm in with local,
Mhm.
like dealing with small businesses in small cities and ranking on Google, it's very non-competitive.
Really?
It's very easy because I found a really cool market where a lot of these blue collar businesses, think like your roofer, your tree care person, people who do things with their hands, like
Mhm.
they're brilliant people, but
Yeah.
their brain is not computer driven.
Yeah.
And so like I've taught people, and then the funny part is people don't realize to build a website, it's drag and drop. You could have I have 12-year-olds, like parents who join my program and they make their kids do it. I have like a 14-year-old girl who's at $3,000 a month, like from
Wow.
what I taught her. So like, I just know that it's so easy to teach people on the web, but because you just have to build a better website than the tow truck person, than the tree care
Yeah.
person. And the bar is so low. In fact, I think it's like 40% of business owners don't even have a website at all.
I
Yeah,
think that it should be in schools, this
it
stuff.
should.
Like that is gonna be the most useful. I think this video
I
editing,
know.
like it's the most useful thing that schools are kind of behind on. There's no schools that
And
teach
that's
it.
the only reason why I dropped out. Like I liked school. I was a good student most of my life. India was a little exception, but I think
Mhm.
that everyone understands why that was. I like school. I like college, but in this space, I would argue college almost makes you worse. In
Mhm.
fact, I like in the beginning, I would hire people from like MIT and Harvard, and they were my worst people.
Really?
I would have to like give them out of my pocket like 10 grand to leave. I'd be like, just to be nice to them, like, here's an extra 10 grand. Like, please just don't work with me ever
That's
again.
gotta be such an ego hit.
Yeah. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
kid who didn't go, like dropped out of community college telling someone from MIT to screw off. But yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like the digital age is weird because it's all about it changes so quick
Mhm.
and college can't keep up. College is always so slow on what
Mhm.
they teach. So um yeah, and I honestly think in this particular industry, it's actually smarter to buy a course. I hate courses for certain things, but like in this world, it is smarter to find a mentor or find someone and pay someone and not go through institutions.
Mhm.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Shiv. Welcome to my channel. I talk a lot about business entrepreneurship mindset, but more importantly, how it revolves around what I do, which is SEO. I do it specifically for small businesses, think like mom and pops, tow truck owners, tree care, roofing, things like that. About 400 different types of small businesses in small cities. So cities that are less than 350,000 in population. If you want to learn more about the business model I do and how I've taught a lot of other people to make passive income online, ethically, normally, check the link down below somewhere. You can read more about it.